everybody. I hope you're here to watch me torture a couple of, well, actually 3 Brits now. They've decided to let me torture 3 of them, so I'm going to go torture them. We are playing the real Grey Mouser and Fafred and Braun. And they are currently attempting to clear out a hidden portion of a shrine to the good deity Elal, and they're coming across some serious issues. Well, not serious issues. They've been doing it so far so very well. It's been an introduction. We only get them for 2 hours every other week, so we try to make it as much fun as possible and as much gore and as much action as they can handle. So, with that, let's go ahead and jump in and say hello to the players. All right, let's see here. Who do we got? I got to cut that down. All right, we got Ziggy the Quick, which is...
Hello, I'm Out of Print GM. Find me on most social media under that name, and I am playing Ziggy the Quick, who's a sly and cunning little rogue.
And then we have Tahir Toglumara. Is that a name that comes out of the book?
Yeah, it was actually. Well, the Toglu part is, which means son of, and then Mira was the name I gave my mother, and then Tahir is just like the book. But yes, I am the plot doctor on TikTok, and I am here playing Tahir Toglumara, the very earnest priest of Alal, who has accidentally stumbled into a warren of undead, and that is going very interestingly.
And then we have Braun. We're playing cats, dogs, and mice today.
Yeah.
Weird how that worked out.
It was kind of deliberate. Tom, Jerry, and Spike.
Are you on TikTok
I am, but I don't really do much. I'm at Freelancer Blitz, and I'm currently playing Bron, which was a different character last week, but this week he is a Dogman Barbarian. I forget the race.
Canis. But Dogman works too. All right, so when we last left you, my sound is half the sound of everybody else's. All right. Drunk, is that better? Is that better?
I can hear you very well. Don't know about everyone else.
Yeah, but we're going through Discord. I think he's referring to it being broadcast to Twitch.
You guys are going through Discord. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just had to turn my mic volume up a little bit. All right, so when we last left you guys, you had just finished dealing with some skeletons, had dealt with a couple of zombies in the top part of the Temple of Elal, or Shrine of Elal, I must say, that you found very unusual because it was not something that happens, but definitely you guys are in the other side of the Durashiva in the southern district, and you're in the bad portion. You're in the south side of southern district, and it's not a very what's the word? Nice. Yeah, it's not a very nice place. But it's not. It's low rent kind of part of it. And you guys are right across from your guys' local hangout, the Ishtal Tavern. Last time Braun actually heard some talk about some illegal deals going on that might be interest to you later. But currently we are in the first part of the dungeon just before you guys go down. So we'll go to the combat map. I believe this is where you guys are at. Is that correct? Yep.
Yep.
That looks familiar.
Let me pop this bad boy over here. All right. And you guys had just removed the top part of this fake wood casket. Had a type of, thank you for the subscribe there, Mystic. Appreciate it. Of this had like a facade of stone on it just to give it the stone feel and look from a distance. But you find as you move it, it's actually made out of wood. And that's where we last left you guys. How come I can never find what I want to find when I need it right away? Right? What is that? What is up with that?
Sod's law. It's
Yeah.
always the last place you look.
Right? Isn't that just beneficial to everything?
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go? All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Right. Can only view the combat map through Twitch, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we were looking at the sarcophagus, I think it was.
Mhm. Yeah. I think we have to keep exploring down because obviously this is just a fake sarcophagus that someone's put in here so that they can sneak around without being disturbed, which means they're using my temple as a as some kind of for nefarious purposes, let's say. So
Yeah. And they ain't paying us rent for nefariousness.
I wouldn't take their rent money for nefariousness.
And just so
Oh,
you guys
right.
know that you guys did when you moved the sarcophagus lid off, you noticed that there were stairs headed down.
I'll have a sniff, see if there's anything that sort of is obvious down there.
All right, brilliant. Go ahead and just make a perception check.
Okay, I've got a perception skill. Go through. What's perception? It's alertness.
Well, since
60,
you're actually trying to do a smell instead of an alert, are you trying to be more alert, or are you just trying to get like a whiff of the air?
Getting a whiff of the air.
Yeah, so just go ahead and use your perception attribute and roll underneath that.
Okay. I have a perception attribute of 90.
Just don't fail.
Roll 57.
57. So as you stick, you kind of crawl up and lean over the edge. You take a deep whiff, and you get a strong scent of decay, but no moisture in the air. It's kind of like that dry mine smell that has been opened and has slowly been fetid over the years.
Okay. Just look at them. Smells like death.
I believe I have some kind of tracking ability.
You do. You have a tracking skill, and since you're a Canis, you get a plus 50 to your tracking skill. So your tracking skill should be upwards of well into the 90s.
It's 94. Can I see any traffic going down the stairs from any recent traffic? As in footprints or anything like that?
Footprints.
Yeah,
So you're looking for see if there's been any movement up and down these stairs recently?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and just roll.
86.
86. Kind of peer in. It's kind of dark. You've got a small light source. It's still kind of covered in dust. A thin layer of dust resides on these stairs, sits on these stairs. Doesn't look like there's been any traffic or movement. If there has been, it has definitely been supernatural, but nothing leaving tracks.
I think we're best off just heading down. Do we want to send down the toughest person first or the sneakiest person first?
I'll go.
All right, Ziggy. I'm right behind you.
Lop over and sneak down. Guns up. Moving forward.
I would draw my broadsword, just in case.
Yeah. I've got to figure out this fog of war for you guys. I may actually have to get with one of you guys and give you guys the player's map, and I'll figure it out. I got to get this figured out better. So you go down first, Ziggy, and then let's change out your picture there, Braun. Let me delete you. And bring in the real Braun. There we go. And then you're going down last, Tyre?
Yeah, I'll follow down behind.
All right. Since you're following online, as you make your way down the stairs, you cause a little ruffle of dust to kind of jump into the air, causing Ziggy to sneeze kind of violently because he's so much smaller than all of you guys. And you come to this four-way corner. One way, you can go either one, straight ahead, left, or right.
I'll sort of make perception rolls left and right. Listening, smelling.
All right, so that would be, since you're going to be listening and doing all of that, go ahead and make an alertness check.
Okay.
And I do an alertness as well. Since
That's an 88 with a skill of 68.
Yeah, you're, as you start to try to peer, you... and you sneeze again, causing you to be able to...
Eyes are watering, squinting.
Right, eyes are watering, you're bleeding, And Braun, you said you were going to try it?
I'll have a look.
Yeah, very well.
38.
38. What's your alertness skill?
96. Sorry, 69.
69? Long day, eh? You hear the faint dripping of water coming from the north as you and Ziggy are up here.
I hear a faint dripping of water
It's kind of like a...
over there. And
Will we
I
check that
point.
out then?
Those squinty eyes will look up and go, okay. That way.
Here, have my hanky.
Just don't give it back to me used.
What kind of hanky is it? Because you're like a huge hench, like four-arm butch kind of fighter. Please tell me it's something.
Actually, no. So that he actually switched out. He's a canis, so he's a standard humanoid.
Canis, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's silk and lace, of course.
Silk and lace. Love it.
Is it kind
I
of like a
got it
doily?
I got this from a lady. I ain't no girly man.
Doily. It is it's a reference to The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Cool. So northwards then?
That is where the sound is.
Okay.
I'll checkpoint again.
All right, give me 1 second. There we go. All right, so you head north. You come around this corner up here. I like D20 because it does a lot of cool things, but it's also not doing very well. So I think what we're going to do is next time we're going to move over to the Owlbear, which is kind of a cool little online kind of thing that we can do a lot with.
That's a really good one. I like that.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm starting to. The only thing is that there was a couple of other options, but they're getting there. I'm supporting them on Patreon. So go find Owlbear on Patreon. Give them a follow. All right, as you come around this corner, you notice that there's this door here, and it's a solid iron door, or it appears to be solid iron.
We're kicking that down. Is it locked?
Are you going to go up to the door and try to open it?
Yeah.
So
As he moves forward, I will grab hold of the back of his trousers. Just wait. Reach into a pouch hidden into my belt and pull my lockpicks out.
he's like, just let me do my job, man. This is why I'm your friend. All right, so go ahead and step up. It's a turn knob. It does seem to have a larger than normal keyhole. Do you want to try to open it first, or do you just want to stick your pick locks in, lock picks in there and go for it.
I want to make sure it's not wired up to the mains first.
That it's what?
So basically, I want to look to see if there's any sort of traps or obviousness about it. I also want to make sure with a check on it that it's not unlocked, and I'm not going to make a good roll on my lockpicking and lock it.
Right, so let's do things one at a time. Go ahead and roll your trap craft. Actually, you know
Okay.
what What is your trap craft score?
My trap craft is 57.
All right, I will give that a roll for you because this is something I should be doing. It
Okay.
doesn't appear to be trapped, or at least if it is, you can't find anything.
Okay. So I have rolled really good or really bad. That's fine. Right. I will try the door handle.
You reach up. It's a very cold doorknob. It's definitely made out of a harder metal. And you give it a jiggle. It seems movable. Doesn't seem like it's locked in the same sense.
I will open the door.
You go to turn the handle and you push in, and it's just. You're just not strong enough to move what seems to be a solid iron door.
Okay.
You want me to try my lock picks? I called him thunder and lightning.
Right.
All right, so Braun, you're going to have to play that entire accent the entire time for that, Braun. So good luck with that.
You don't need to encourage him.
I can do it. I can do it all night.
There we go. Right on. Brilliant. That's brilliant.
So do I make a strength check?
No, so you get up there and you turn it, and it sticks a little bit, but you're able to like kind of push it forward a little bit. And you open it up, and inside the dripping of the water becomes a little louder, and you see two sarcophaguses sitting towards the end of the room.
Hey, look, more staircases.
Interesting. Siggy, do you want to check them?
Yep, I'll go and give them
the water. Where the water's coming from?
So you make your way in? Yes?
Yeah, I'll make my way in, and I'll check the two things for traps if you care to roll for me.
You're really intrigued by the dripping of the water, and as you step forward, you kind of trip over your own 2 feet a little bit and kind of like fall flat on the floor with all fours as you were getting closer and closer to look for these traps. But you do hear some soft I
am going to try and make a show that I intended to fall, and I'm actually looking at the ground for some unlevelness that might be trapped or something, rather than I tripped over.
Buy it. Completely legit.
Can I make a roll? Can I make a roll to see if he actually, if we can tell if he's actually faking it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give not a convince,
Perception.
a skepticism roll.
Skepticism.
I'm going to choose to automatically fail that because I just don't believe that my friend Ziggy would possibly do such a thing.
Skepticism. Intelligence or wits? I don't have any points in it.
All right, so it's 30 plus either your intelligence or wits modifier, because it's an untrained skill. If you don't have it.
So I rolled a 26. My intelligence is 71 with a modifier of 4.
All right, so you got 2 successes. Yeah. He tripped over his own 2 feet.
I'll lean over to here. You fell over. He's a little bit embarrassed.
Why would he be embarrassed about that?
Because he's pretending he didn't fall over. He's pretending he did it on purpose.
But we all fall over, and the true measure of a man is how he gets himself up again.
Still on the floor.
He's still on the floor, though.
Right. So I bring myself up to my knee. Point at the 2 sarcophaguses. Sarcophagi?
Sarcophagi?
And inhabited and moving.
I get my my halberd ready.
I'm going to move into the corner of the room with my gun ready.
So, what are you all planning on doing? Are you planning on opening these sarcophagi? Who's going to do the opening?
Mr. Muscles, I assume.
Say one moment, and I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. Are you going to cast it
in-
now, or are you going to cast in a little bit?
Ooh, it only lasts one turn per success. Yeah, I'll wait and see what we're dealing with first. I think that would be more sensible.
I will wait for the priest to decide what we're doing with these potential things that are in here.
I'll have a look. Is there any writing or anything on these sarcophagi?
There is a type of writing. Go ahead and make a. Do you have lore languages? Do you have languages?
Let's have a look. I've got Lore Divine, Lore History. The languages I've got are Alzir, Astahak, and Ravad.
Now go ahead and make a lore divine check.
Okay. Cool. It's only 45 or so. We'll see. I rolled 45 exactly.
So you have a success. It is definitely some sort of holy writing. Exactly what it says, you're unsure, and you're not exactly sure which deity it actually is honoring or dishonoring. But it could also be profane language of the planar beasts.
Okay. Then yeah, we should open these up and check what's inside, I think.
Is that where I come in?
Yeah, let me just cast a spell so I'm ready to do some smiting if need be. I'm going to cast Intum's Way.
Yintum's way? All right, brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant.
And that's is that a divine knowledge check?
That will be a divine knowledge check, yes, sir.
Cool.
Make sure you, I think it's a power rank 1, so it'll be 3 fatigue.
Yeah, I got a success. No, thing is, I rolled a 50 and my skill is 55.
So you begin to summon the energies and you just, there's something about the air, something about the feeling of this location where you just feel very uncomfortable with what's going on here, and it's kind of caused you to doubt yourself a little bit. So who's gonna open it up?
I'll do it.
Over in with the gun.
Which one first? The
Left.
one on the left or the right?
Always the left.
Which one
Always
the
the
left?
The little dragon says attack.
Okay. I'll go open the right one.
So you're gonna go over here and open up the northern one? This one right here?
Yeah, sure. Is this the left one?
No, that's the right one, but
Oh, this
It's
is the
fine.
right one.
hmm
This is the right one to open.
yeah, if you make with your hand an L shape, right? If you do that with your thumb and your fingers, the one that forms an L shape, that's your left.
I'll try it.
All right. So go ahead
Well,
and make a.
whilst he's doing that, I'll just go like that.
Go ahead and make a strength check there, Braun.
0.6.
You rolled a not 6.
Mhm.
Brilliant. So that means that your strength is what's your strength?
94.
94. So you've got 9 successes. You go there, you grab the edge of it, and it just you start to lift. You can then suddenly hear this, as like the whatever was trapped in here was probably seems like it was sealed in there, and it just and does this layer of dust and mildew and other debris kind of pops out in a mushroom-like effect around it, as you do, you suddenly feel that you're no longer lifting the lid so much as it's being pushed open, and this entity begins to kind of make its way out. It looks like it's grabbing the top of the lid, and it's starting to move it out, and you can now hear it very loudly. This loud moaning, grizzled moaning like this as it starts to move its way out. And with that, we'll go ahead and we will start some combat. Why are these guys never in the right spot? All right, you know what? I'm gonna use this guy right here for the same. Same concept here for the mini. All right. This creature begins to move out. It's starting to lift up. It's got one hand out, and it's starting to push the sarcophagus up and over. You notice that the limb is withered. It's not skeletal, like 3,000-year-old dried meat kind of concept.
Okay.
And we will, let's go ahead and do this. Let me have you guys all roll initiative real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Tahir, Braun, and...
I got
54.
Well, no, what you'll need to do is just... So at the top of your character sheet there, Braun, is an initiative. And just roll roll a single D10.
Okay. 1.
I got 24.
So...
Thanks
I
for
got
dropping by,
17.
Emma. All right, so Braun, what'd you get?
14.
14. Tahir, what'd you get?
17.
17. And Ziggy, what'd you get?
24.
All right, Ziggy's gonna go first, then Tahir, then Braun, and these guys are going to go at a... They will be moving last in initiative order by the looks of it. All right. So up first, Ziggy.
Right. It's not got out of the sarcophagus yet, right?
No, it's starting to move its way out. Yeah, it's kind of like, imagine like it's got, it's pushing up, and then it's got one arm kind of coming out, so it can like kind of lift it up. So you can see the left arm of it as it's pushing it up and over, like it's getting ready to like do a massive oof to push it up and out.
I want to do a cold shot at the sort of that section of the forearm.
All right. So that will be a minus 25 to your attack skill because it is a called shot.
Okay, and I have a pistol skill of 48.
So you'll need it's a 23 or less.
Okay. 08.
Jeez. Nice.
You seriously?
Yep.
Fantastic. Right on. So you that's actually really good for a minus 25 on that skill. For your you aim it like that, and you pop off a shot. You hit the tendon. Go ahead and, because it doesn't have a physical defense, go ahead and make a tell me how much damage you did. Sorry.
My base damage is 5. So because of the penalty, that's multiplied by 3 successes.
3 successes.
Sorry, 2 or 3.
3.
3. So it's 15 damage.
Right, I'm going to give it a stamina check to kind of ignore it. No, it fails it. So when you go to shoot it, you pop it through its arm, and you can just see the old dusty flesh just explode, and it kind of collapses back on itself. The not itself, but the lid kind of collapses back down on it. Hey, Tahir, go ahead and give me a alertness check.
Alertness check. Let
Just told everybody where we're at.
One success.
You're not sure, but you think the other sarcophagus lid is opening.
The other one's opening, guys. Yeah. Still Ziggy's action, isn't it? He's got more than one shot.
Well, there's nothing less for him to shoot because he literally destroyed the arm of that one creature or that one entity, and it dropped the lid back on itself. Braun still got the other end of it, so if Braun wants to let it go, he absolutely can.
Yeah, I will happily slam it back down on the thing.
With a loud thud, this lid, this really heavy stone lid, crashes back onto it, and you can kind of hear this on that lid, like it's trying to break through now. We're trying to push it up. The other one definitely is opening.
Okay. Whose go is it? Is it still Ziggy or?
Well, no, Ziggy's is done. Braun's done,
Ziggy's
so
done.
it'll be your turn.
Okay, cool. In which case, I will ram my halberd into the opening that's been created.
It's moving. It hasn't completely opened yet.
Okay, cool.
Right? It's kind of like the reason why it went so well with Braun is because Braun literally picked it up, and the entity that was in there was like, oh great, I can move this, I can help move this, right? So he was using Braun's strength for it. This one is having a little bit harder of a time to actually open it, but it's definitely opening slowly.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to set into a position ready to strike. The moment it opens enough for me to jam my halberd in there.
All right. Braun, back to you because I let you just drop the lid as a simple action, just a little basic action. It's your turn. What do you want to do?
I will climb on top of the lid.
Which lid?
The one I've just slammed down.
All right. Do you want to do any other actions?
No, I'll just sort of hold my action. Wait, see what's happening.
So as you're sitting on the other lid, and to hear as you're watching the other lid, you can kind of see it open, and then suddenly it collapses back down on itself. It got a good inch up, and you could see in, and then suddenly it wavered and it slammed down. It basically rolled a critical failure, on its strength check to open it, and it just collapsed back underneath it.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Ziggy, it's your turn. What do you want to do anything specific, or you want to hold?
Oh, sorry. Right fair. I'm just going to hold with the gun. Don't need to reload it yet, so I'm just going to hold until a threat presents itself. Then I'll deal with the threat.
Right. So you've got 3 more shots in that gun, at least in that one. To here, are you just holding, or do you want to try to cast another spell?
No, since the lid slammed back down, I'm going to say get ready, and then I'm going to shove the lid off sideways and step back.
All right, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Yep. Strength is 81. I rolled a 68, so that is
2 successes.
3 successes. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 successes. Yeah, because the eight's bigger than the 1.
Yeah.
So you go to push it up, and as you lift it, the edge of the far side kind of sticks, and you got it kind of stuck in between throwing it off and it lifting up on one side, so it's not all the way open. Do you want to spend heroic luck and re-roll that, or you just want to?
Yeah, I'll spend a heroic luck and re-roll it.
I'm not going to let you spend heroic luck. That's a stupid action. Just go ahead and make another strength check.
Okay. I got a 0-9 on that one.
Yeah, that one you literally shove the lid definitely comes off, crashes onto the one side, and up sits this entity again. It looks aged. It looks like it's been here for who knows how many years, hundreds, thousands. You're unsure.
Okay, cool. And yeah, I'll just take a step back and stand ready.
All right. So that was your turn. So Braun, it is your turn. You see this thing kind of like sit up, right? And it's got this dried feature. It's missing its nose. The eyes are blank or black, as though it's missing its eyes, and it's this really withered looking creature.
Okay, I will, as I'm stood on the other sarcophagus, I will leap off and scream, "Time to carve the jerky!"
Thank you for the follow, Restless.
Belt my broadsword straight in his
You
forehead.
just bring it right straight in. All right, go for it.
41. What am I adding for this?
So, what's your weapon score, real quick?
58.
And you rolled a
58.
41.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would be 2 successes, more or less. It's going to get I'm going to give it a physical defense, but it's going to be at half its score. And as it sits up, you go to lash at it. It kind of just rolls back a little bit, and you miss it by just a hair's breadth. You want to try to attack it? Well, what's your score again?
58.
And it's a medium weapon. Yeah, you can attack one more time.
Okay. I will then thrust it forward. 30 on the dice. 50.
So that's
I forget.
3 successes on that one. This mummy is a very agile, nimble mummy or entity, and it just like it kind of bounces back as you lunge for it as again, and you miss it. I rolled really well on its defense, even with me cutting it in half because it's sitting up. I still, yeah.
Come back and fight me, you pepperami man.
And so this thing, anything else you want to do on your turn, Bron? You still got your move action, simple action, and a couple basics if you want to use those.
I will step round for my next attack next
All
round.
right, brilliant. All right, it now kind of makes it kind of stands up a little bit inside this sarcophagus. It's standing where just the knees and above can be seen because the sarcophagus is kind of deep, right? And so let's see here. You're kind of like right here. Ziggy, you're still in the corner, right?
Yep.
It's going to lunge at the biggest target that there is, and that would be the Sabotori Dakara. And it rolls. It's got 3 successes on its attack.
Okay. My physical defense is 50. So, and I rolled 44. So just one success there.
So
Yep.
it hits you with a.
And what time was that?
It hits with a very hardened fist. I mean, it's shockingly how hard this fist is, and it hits you for 16 points of damage. Are you wearing any armor?
Yeah, I've got ring armor for 11 absorption.
So it does 5 to you.
5.
But it also go ahead and make a stamina check at a TS of 5. Actually, TS of 3. TS of 3.
Okay. That was a bit terrifying. I failed. I rolled an 89.
All right, you suffer. So you basically for the next 2 turns, you're going to be going after Braun.
I have 1:30.
And you suffer an additional 10 points of cold damage
On Fridays, they
from this creature as it hits you, as it lays into you.
Yeah.
And let's see here. And make another stamina check straight up.
Okay. I rolled a 20, so that is 5 successes.
You feel that there's this magical essence kind of pouring out of it that kind of like tries to grab a hold of you, and you kind of like shrug it off. You definitely felt this like this rotting
Well, you said you had it.
essence pulling at your body physically,
So if you want to reminder, I could do no.
and that will be it for its turn. And we are back to Ziggy.
All right, so I do you all set for Thursday.
Okay, I'm going to shoot the thing, not doing a cold shot, just a straight flat shot.
Okay, very good.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Well, that's a 58. with a skill of 48. So that's 10 over. I miss.
Wait. So you rolled a what?
Rolled a 58 with a skill of 48.
So as you go to shoot, yeah. No, actually, no. I'm going to give it to you because I think it'll add to the action. You go to shoot, and Braun kind of steps in your way a little bit because he's shifting, getting ready to attack, and you fire, and you just miss him, but you hit the mummy with 3 successes because it rolled a 99 on its physical defense. So you get a bonus 3 successes worth of damage to it.
So that's 15 damage.
Let me go ahead. I need to make a.
I can only take inbound calls, so I might not get another call. So do what you need to do.
I need to increase this thing's health real quick. Hopefully that worked. Alright, that's not working. So let me go ahead and delete this guy real quick. Drag it back out, make it visible, and damage it for 15. As soon as your bullet hits, you kind of notice that it kind of sits back for a second. It kind of rolls with it, and as it comes back, you can see the wound where your bullet actually hit begins to slowly heal. Or, yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It looks like it's healing itself. Braun, your turn.
Okay, I will start with Battle Cry.
Very good.
I
All right. And then are you going to attack?
am, yeah. That'll give me a +5 to all melee attacks.
Yes, it does.
And 5 temporary health per 20 stamina. Gain your stamina modifier as bonus damage. Nice.
So how many health points do you have? What's your stamina?
My stamina is 92 with a...
Well, no, so it gives you a +5 for every 20, right?
Yeah.
So that's an additional 20 health right now.
Is that what I'm at?
Yep. Yeah, you're pretty healthy right now.
Okay. I don't think I'll put it on my character sheet.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'll keep track of it for you.
Yeah,
I've got it over here.
Okay, so I'll swing my sword. 07.
Nice. I believe that is a critical hit for you.
Nice. What am I rolling now? Do I roll?
No.
damage?
So you roll. So you've got a. I'm sorry. What did you roll? You rolled an odd 7, right?
Yeah.
So how many successes do you have there? What's your skill score?
Sure.
No, it's okay.
My
What's your skill
is
score?
58.
So you
58.
got 6 successes, and now roll a single d10 because it's an exploding critical.
5.
So you got an 11 successes on that attack.
Nice.
In fact, you're going to get an additional 3 successes because it stumbles its way out of the sarcophagi as you're attacking it. It kind of missteps and lands more effectively against your imperial sword there. I believe that's what you're wielding, or is it Beckert? Beckert. So you get a total of 14 successes. So take 14 times your total, what your base damage is.
Base damage is 5.
So that's 70 points of damage to this thing.
Revolting.
Jesus wept.
Plus your strength modifier. What is that? What's your strength modifier?
8. I also gain my stamina modifier as bonus damage.
Right, and your stamina modifier is?
It is also 8.
So that's 86 total. As you hit this thing, you notice that its skin is incredibly tough. Anything else you'd like to do, Braun?
I'll hit it again.
All right, very good. Go for it.
23. Skill of the 85. Is it do you have plus 10 or something if it's a second attack?
It's minus 10.
Minus 10. So would that be
So whatever your skill score is
minus 10 to my skill.
from your skill
Minus 10
score.
to the skill, right? So it'd be 48.
So, and would you roll?
23.
So that's 3 successes.
I believe so.
Add another 3 successes to it, because as it's stumbling out of its sarcophagus, your first blow was so devastating it kind of reeled back a little bit, and as it starts to roll forward, you bring your Beckhart sword up with a nice slashing towards it again, and you get an additional 3 successes, so that would be 6 successes altogether. So 6 times 5, right, is 30 plus 8 plus 8, so that's 46 points of damage. And again, as you lay into this, you notice that its skin is incredibly hard.
These things are incredibly hard.
Oh, that's a lot of damage reduction.
Tahir, unless Braun, do you have anything else you want to do?
I will select my where is it? My battle sense, which I will select the option of you do not suffer any penalties against physical attacks against flank in case somebody comes behind me.
All right, brilliant. Just remember that. Tahir, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna recast In Tom's Way.
Before you do that, as a simple action, go ahead and give me a divine knowledge check.
My knowledge. Failed. I rolled a 67.
Okay.
I'll spend a heroic luck to reroll. That's okay.
Oh, absolutely. It's your heroic luck.
Okay, that was much better. I rolled a 19, which is 3 successes.
You have seen these before. This is some sort of mummy.
Cool. What's the best way of dealing with them? I was just going to go with Divine Magic, but is there anything extra?
I'm sorry, say again? I was answering that question.
Yeah, no worries. I was just going to go with Divine Magic. We'll take these guys out, put them down permanently. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that's still the case. Yeah, you're definitely going to need some sort of holy or divine magic to actually cause it to actually be killed permanently.
Well, in which case, I'm definitely recasting In Tom's Way. Is there anything I know about them that will help my friends?
The only other thing that you would probably be able to cast is spiritual weapon on their weapons.
Okay. I don't think I've got that prepped, so that's going to be for next time. Yeah. Right, I just failed that, so heroic luck again to reroll. Divine knowledge 55, rolled a 16. So that is
5 successes.
3 successes.
16, 26, 36, 46. It's 4 successes. 4
4
successes.
successes. Okay, cool. So I've got 4 rounds of In Tom's Way.
All right, so this gives you a...
It doesn't give me a plus anything, but if I hit it with it, it's got to make a test to avoid being stunned.
Right.
They need to make an agility or strength check.
So you cast this on your weapon, and suddenly the entire area is lit with this bright white glow. The creature itself kind of shrieks back just a little bit from the brightness of the light and the fact that it's coming from a good source. It kind of doesn't screech in pain, but it screeches in like how dare you, right? Like it doesn't like what's going on. And you're going to hit it?
Yep. Which is at minus 10 because it's my second action. So I need to roll under a 30, 46.
Yep. Wait, no, it's not a minus, so it's not... So casting a spell... So this is a full action. So actually, what happens? That's all you can do for your action at this time. It's a full action spell, so it takes up your entire action at that point.
Cool. Sweet.
All right. This mummy is going to attack you.
Yep, that's
Since you're the biggest target, and it rolls a critical hit. Do you want to spend 2 heroic luck to ignore it?
Yes, I would.
Right. So it doesn't roll a critical hit, but it does get a lot of damage. It does a good hit. It's going to do 5 successes in its hit against you. So physical defense, TS5.
Physical defense currently 50. I rolled 87, so no.
So it hits you for 40 points of damage. And again, these fists hit you hard. And you've got ring mail on, which is 11, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to do 30 damage to you.
30 damage, so I'm on 45. Cool.
Make a stamina check, TS5.
Yep.
Or TS3, sorry, TS3.
I rolled a 0.5 on that.
All right, so you don't have to worry about getting hit by the cold or getting that. And then make a stamina check to avoid this lingering, rotting effect that it has.
Unfortunately, I failed that one.
Huh?
I failed that one.
All right, you definitely feel this rotting effect kind of take a hold of you. Not that it doesn't seem to make any effect right now, but you definitely have felt this thing.
Okay, cool. I'll get that checked out by some other priests at some point.
Apologies for my disappearance. My own pet Canis was being a douchebag.
What's his name?
Her name is Rosie.
Her name, Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
I noticed you brought something extra in with you as well, Will.
I could tell you were laughing.
Because I know what's coming.
Brilliant. All right. Also make another divine knowledge check there.
Yep.
To hear.
Rock and roll. Divine knowledge, 45. I got 3 successes on that.
These things are definitely vulnerable to any type of holy water. And will be better suited if you cast something like spiritual weapon to do extra damage because it's an undead creature.
Yep.
Yeah, stick that on Bron. He's the heavy hitter.
I would, except I don't have it prepared, so it's going to have to be next one.
All right,
Can you cast bless? Can you cast bless or anything like that?
No.
That's kind of what holy weapon is.
I meant on the water, the dripping water.
Ooh, that's an interesting idea. What is the... I don't have any kind of bless spell, I don't think.
I don't know what spells you chose.
I've got Cure Wounds, Intom's Way, Ripple of Faith, and Detection.
So Ripple of Faith, I believe, would probably be your next best one up because I believe it actually creates a rippling energy effect that deals damage directly to the undead.
Yeah. It also hits my friends, though. We established that last time.
I don't know if we did it with that one. Hold on.
Oh, wait, I can take it.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah, so it would. Yeah, so it's everybody in the area of effect. All they'd have to do is make a. All they'd have to do. They do get a defense against it. They get a strength check TS3 to avoid the rippling slamming of it.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm kind of just my strategy at the moment is to rely on the other two to actually take the thing down, and then I'm just going to stab it with my halberd once it's on the floor.
All right, so you're not going to cast a spell, and you're just going to drop your halberd?
Yeah, well, I've cast it in Tom's Way, and that was the end of my turn because that's a full round thing,
Right.
isn't it?
Yes, and so then it struck you back. So I just want to try to help you with the spells. figure out what you're doing. All right, Ziggy, it's your turn. Oh, wait. Sorry. Hold on. You see all the wounds that you've hit it just re-heal themselves.
Shit. Right. Holster the gun, because that seems to be less effective. Tail pulls out one knife, left hand other knife, right hand sword.
Nice.
I'm going to try and cut the legs from underneath it and make it easier for the rest of them to take down.
All right, so you're gonna run up there and you're gonna attack it.
Yep.
All right, so it's kind of this map is really kind of hard to see, but because it's not there, the two sarcophagi are there, and it's standing in between the one sarcophagus to the south and the one that to the north, the one that's Braun is on.
Jump up. I'll jump up on. Oh, so Braun's already on one.
Well, what I'm saying though is you can actually, because Tahir is a Saboteur Jakara, standing almost 8 foot tall, right? If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually stand in the same square with him.
Okay. I'll do that.
All right, and then you're gonna attack it.
Yep. First attack's with my Rovad.
Okay.
I have a skill of 50.
All right.
And I rolled a 71.
You miss. You rush up
Right,
there,
and
you're
then-
trying to get in between the legs, and you're walking and you're trying to avoid Tahir's tail. You get in there and you swipe at it as it just kind of steps back just enough. Because it wasn't really trying to avoid you, it was trying to avoid Braun.
Yeah. And then I'm going to try with the offhand, so that's a minus 10, yeah?
Yep.
80. No, missed with that as well. Nothing else I can do with this round, is there?
Nope, because you've moved, you've done 2 attacks, and that's that.
Okay.
Right. So Braun, your turn.
Okay. I will take my shield and I will shove it into the thing and try and pin it into the corner.
Brilliant. So go ahead and make a shield proficiency check.
That is a 51. What is shield proficiency? 58.
So yeah, you rush up and you slam it. There's actually believe it is a shield proficiency skill, part of that skill, which allows you to actually let me get to the skill.
It says you can choose agility or strength, so obviously it's my strength.
Yes. I just need to get to the shield proficiency. And you're using a medium metal shield, right?
I believe I am, yeah.
Yeah, so basically what you do is you're going to do 3 points of damage to it. It's not going to do much to it because of its own type of armor. But you slam it up against the wall. Now make it's going to get a physical defense to avoid it. It fails. You pull it up against the wall, and on its turn, it's going to attempt to try to escape through a strength check. So it'll be an opposed strength check when it's its turn.
When I'm forced into the corner, can I use sort of my second sort of attack to then basically skewer it? I will stab it, and if I manage to penetrate into it, I will just kind of hold my...
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll on this. Normally a slam attack is a full action, but you're not really slamming it as you are using it as a driving force to throw it into the corner. I'll let you go ahead and get an attack at a minus 10.
Okay. 0-3.
Okay, so that's crit. So, what's your attack skill? What's your weapon skill? Craft skill?
Weapon skill is 58, so minus.
58. So you rolled an odd 3. So you rolled an odd 3, and it's not really a minus. So it's a minus 10. So it's 48. So you got 5 successes because you rolled an odd 3, And then go ahead and roll the D10 for your critical determination roll.
2.
You got two?
Just 2, yeah. That's a 2. It's just 1d10, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just 1. So you've got 6 total successes against it. You stab it. It can't. I'm not going to give it a physical defense because you literally pinned it up against the wall. You jam it in there. So 30 points of damage. You hit it, and your sword just doesn't want to penetrate its fleshy hide. Its thick, fleshy, armor-like hide. And you're starting to realize that it's not so much armor as just the fact that the skin is so tough and so thick and so aged that it's very hard to penetrate. All right, Tahir, your turn.
It's like trying to
Unless
stab
you
a
want
mattress.
say again, Ron.
It's like trying to stab a mattress.
Basically, that's wrapped in leather.
I say to Bron, get ready to slam the lid back down.
I'm over in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we were to actually zoom out, right, and do this like in a big spot over here, and actually, sorry, this is where you guys should be. Sorry, I took you to the wrong one.
Okay, I was curious.
I took you to the wrong one. It's supposed to be visible.
Trying to pin it in the corner.
Yeah,
so
you've pinned it in the corner over here, right? To here, you're like right here, and Ziggy is kind of trying to run over there.
Okay. Is Cure Wounds a full round spell, or can I take an action after it?
It's a full round.
Okay.
Full action.
In which case, I'm going to run up and try and stab the thing with my halberd, because I've got Intom's Way on it, so it's got a chance of being stunned. So, 56. I'll spend a heroic luck to reroll that. Burning through my heroic luck. Okay, 19.
So would you roll a 19?
19.
What is your divine knowledge?
That was my weapon craft.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to cast. Sorry. So it gets. It doesn't have a physical defense, but you are kind of trying to hit it over Braun. So I'm going to say it's a -10 for you to hit it, because it's kind of concealed or concealed.
Yep.
Covered. Sorry, it's partially covered.
Yeah. And so that still hits with I think 3 successes.
Right. So 3 times 8, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 times 8 plus 6.
So 30.
Yeah.
You jam this thing right into its neck, right? You just right above the shield, bronze shield, and your weapon just kind of like pushes in and slides off its edge and hits and strikes the wall behind it.
Okay, cool.
All right, the mummy's gonna try to push you off, Bron.
Okay.
It has 1 success. So roll a strength check, and don't fail.
I roll a strength check.
Yep, you roll. It's an opposed strength check.
0 free again.
Yeah, you feel that it's pushing up against it. And you just dig your clawed feet into the ground, and you body slam it even harder against the corner. So now it's like it's got its arms out like this, like it's trying to reach around the shield, trying to grab you. Its head is above, and there is a halberd blade sticking at the wall next to its neck. And it's you've just slammed it in there even more. So it's actually gonna suffer a cumulative strength check. Negative strength check when it tries to do that again. And that's the end of that round. Ziggy, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Ziggy, go for the eyes. Climb up my back.
I'll run up his back, arm over his shoulder, put the bullet right in the barrel of the gun right next to the eye socket, and shoot at point blank range. If I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
What'd you roll?
99.
All right, so there is a chance that this weapon will explode on you. Let's see what happens.
Okay, I can use Bron as a meat shield.
Well, given that the weapon is right next to the mummy's head, I mean, that will probably also serve the aim we're looking for.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
that and it'll also Braun will also kind of get hit. You know, this is gonna be fun. All right,
Yeah, it's what's
so let's
failing
hear.
forward. I've 3 heroic luck left.
All right, so there's a 25% chance that the weapon will explode. Go ahead and roll that 25% chance. Ot 1 through 25.
Looks like 0.5.
So it does explode, and it deals 5 points of damage to you, Braun, and doesn't really do much to the mummy. And your weapon is now incapable of being used until you have opportunity to actually fix it.
I will swear repeatedly in my native language.
So, it looks like the Plat Doctor has given you an extra luck bonus there, luck point bonus there, Ziggy. So go ahead and add a +1 heroic luck to your. That's cheating, but yeah.
Hey, I'm watching the stream.
I know it's fine. It's cheating, but it's okay. I'll let you do it. So Ziggy, you get a heroic luck. Thank you, Plat Doctor.
You son of a bitch.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, so there's a cacophony of an explosion that echoes in this chamber. Braun is tasting gunpowder in his mouth, and his nose is like just welling up with it. Ziggy, you get blasted full face. You've got char marks all over you, and the mummy's grayish flesh has turned a deeper grayish from it.
Okay. I'll jump off Bron's back, swearing repeatedly in my native language, and go back to melee weapons.
Failure can be so much fun.
Warning shot.
Warning shot.
That's my line.
So Ziggy, that's the end of your turn. Braun,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay. Can I drop my shield and my sword, grab the thing, use my martial arts, and sort of hook my arm in between its legs, and over the shoulder throw it back into its sarcophagus? Kind of like
So you're
You
gonna,
do your move.
Right,
Yeah,
I
kinda like-
understand what you're doing. So you're going to drop your shield and your sword, and then try to do this martial arts attack.
yeah.
Right, I will
Right.
allow you to do that.
John Cena it into the sarcophagus.
Brilliant. I see what you're doing there. I am going to, however, impose a -20 skill check to you, simply because of the fact that you're dropping your shield and your sword all at the same time, and then trying to scoop into a dump.
Okay. -20. 0-2.
Wow.
So you
I'm
drop
kidding.
it. Yeah, no, I believe you. You drop it. Drop the shield. You kind of bump Ziggy out of the way. Reach one arm up underneath. Grab it kind of by its throat, up and over and upside down inside its sarcophagus as you slam it into the sarcophagus.
Do
Okay.
this first.
Right on. It's John Cena. All right, Ron, that is the end of your turn. To hear
Bron Cena.
Bronzina.
I'm Bron Cena.
I'm going to try and slam.
You can't see me.
I'm going to try and slam the lid back into place.
So you're going to try to pick it up?
Yeah, the sarcophagus lid.
All right, go ahead and make a
Strength check.
strength check.
That's 81. I rolled a 0-5.
So that's another. So remember, every time you guys roll an odd 1 through odd 5, you get a heroic luck. That's how the heroic luck replenishes itself for you during game. So Ron, since you rolled that odd 2 or odd 3, go ahead and make you gain a heroic luck because of that.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, I'm changing dice.
You pick it up and you slam it back down just as it's starting to like rise up, and you bring it down, crashing onto its upper body and head, and you hear a thud as both the mummy kind of slams back into its sarcophagus, and you slam the lid down. What else do you want to do? Because you've got your move and simple left to do.
I'm going to sit down on the lid very heavily.
What? That's
On
what?
weight.
What? 500 pounds?
I'm like 600 pounds.
600 pounds. All right. Plus the lid
sorry.
being like 200, so that's 800 pounds, and it's gonna have to move.
Oh, 230. 230.
Back cat.
Yeah. And I'm just going to wait for it to calm down.
So on its turn, you feel that it is. Let's see if you guys can hear this on audio.
And his name is John C.
You guys couldn't hear that, could you?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, but I heard it on the stream.
Yeah, if you hear it on the stream, yeah, there you go.
And his name is John.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if you're on the stream, paying attention on the stream, I can play sounds through the stream.
I've got it muted, otherwise, like the reverb of our voices being with a delay will drive me insane.
Yeah, I can briefly turn it up if you want to play it again.
It was the John Cena call.
And his name is John C.
I look at my friends and say, "Are you both unhurt?"
Yeah, the only one that actually got hurt was you.
Cool. I'm
Just
going to
look
cast.
at my charred hand and blackened face.
Well, he did
And
get hurt,
singed
but it's
hair.
not. Yeah, it's 5 points, so you can heal him or not. It's up to you.
Yeah.
I'll sleep it off.
I think
Okay.
because Bron doesn't have a last name, he now actually has to be called Bron Cena.
Braun Cena.
Cool. Love it. Yeah, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. That's 9 fatigue, which takes me up to 37.
Well,
You-
so would you roll?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Do you only spend fatigue if you successfully roll, or is it if you fail as well?
If you fail or succeed, you still spend the fatigue.
Cool. I failed. Going to spend a heroic luck on that.
Well, wait, hold on. I think that you do not have the most up-to-date version of that, and there was a rule change for cure wounds. I think since you're curing yourself, I think it's an automatic base.
Okay, cool.
Hold on, let me just double check.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, so it's an automatic base, so you get 15 health
15. Cool.
right back.
Cool. So
Not
that takes me to
115.
30.
Jeez. And
That'd be
I
nice.
killed you.
I'll take that. Oh no.
Heal to max, and then damage 25. There we go. Yeah, you feel the energies of it all kind of soaring, surging through you. But yeah, you still feel this dark decay brewing in the depths of your body.
I say to my friends, I think it somehow infected me. I'm probably going to need to see some other priests at some point. Can I make a divine knowledge roll to see what that might be?
Absolutely.
45. I rolled a 23, so that's 2 successes.
Yeah, mummies are known to have the ability to actually create new mummies by rotting out victims.
Okay. How long do I have? Generally.
Approximately 3 to 5 days. Well, no, 5 to 6 days, depending on a specific score.
Okay. I say I've got 5 to 6 days, so it doesn't need to be dealt with immediately.
Okay. Right, out of character, can you swap out your spells now?
Yep. I can. I can take 5
However,
minutes.
Tahir, just to let you know that one of your scores will be reduced every day,
Yep.
and but only if you fail a stamina check, a cumulative stamina check every day. So
Okay, cool.
it could take a month, but it could take 5 or 6 days, depending on your success or failure.
I do not intend to be down here that long, so let me just get the thingy for spiritual weapon. Okay, that's PR1. I'm switching out detection. So guys, +10 holy bonus damage increases by +1 per 2 successes to a maximum of +25 damage. Lasts for 1 turn per success, is a full action, and gains +10 to their attack skill. Also sparks each time it strikes the target and can blind them. Nice. Okay, cool. That's a good one. And I've still got an extra PR1 slot. Let me just check PR1 spells. Do you have any recommendations for a good PR1 spell?
Destroy undead completely and utterly.
Destroy undead completely and utterly. Yeah, well, obviously, I've taken that, but I don't cast it because it's unfair to the undead, you know?
If you can have
Well,
anything,
you're right.
if you have anything that can bless,
The undead
like
activists.
we have, well, I know I've got.
So the other one that you could
What?
probably use is probably so elemental shield allows you to bring up a shield of no, that's magical. Sorry, looking at the wrong ones. Yeah, so elemental armor allows you to increase your skin by giving it additional armor. Then there is you can also do elemental shield as a PR1, which allows you to bring forth a shield made from an element. Spiritual weapon is probably your best at this point for a PR1 for the A section, and then for good. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I've taken spiritual weapon, so I've switched out detection, so I've got 2. That was PR2, so I've got 2 PR1
Right, and then
slots.
and you took Holy Brand, right?
Holy Brand. No, I don't know what that one is. What does that do?
I believe, let me make sure it says exactly what it's supposed to say. Holy Brand.
Okay, that's a bless, effectively. Check on the effect.
I forgot I have a holy symbol. I could have just stuck it in his mouth.
Okay, it's a bless. It's curse. That's how it works. So I curse an enemy, effectively. That's cool. I'll take that.
Can you turn our water into holy water? And we can just like pour it on.
How
You
does
just body slam it into the water and pin it.
one create holy water?
I am getting to that right now.
I have a drinking skin. It might be holy alcohol, probably.
Imagine there's some rite or ritual you need to perform. Whether it's a spell or not, it might actually be like a 24-hour ritual or something.
So you would need the ability craft holy or unholy item. Do you have that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, and then you can create holy water.
Okay, cool. So no, I can't create holy
Or
water.
holy oil, or even increase make an enhanced holy symbol, which gives you a +5 to your divine knowledge when casting.
Ooh.
I have a holy symbol. I bought one just because I thought it'd be cool.
So you hear it thumping. You can, if you want to heal yourself again, to heal, you can try it. You can spend the fatigue and do it again.
Yeah, I think I will.
And just spend the fatigue. There's
Yeah,
no roll
and
for it.
I rolled a 0-6, so that's 2, 3, 4 successes.
So it would be 15 plus your charisma modifier plus 4. What's your charisma modifier?
5. So that's
9.
24.
Yeah, you're back to full.
Yeah.
You can feel this thing trying to push its way up again. What do you guys want to do?
I will join to here on top of the
Go
sarcophagus.
sit on the sarcophagus with them.
Yeah.
So, like, the sarcophagus has been enough to keep them in here for thousands of years. So, I don't necessarily think, like, walking away at this point is a bad idea. Especially if we wait for it to calm down a bit.
The way that you're understanding this, it was probably they were not disturbed until you came into the room. So it's very likely your disturbance is what caused them to come to life. Or
We kicked the hornet's
wake
nest.
up.
We need to sort it.
Yeah, you kicked the hornet's nest completely.
Can we lock the door and come back to it later? That's my question.
Given, right, out of character, given how tough these things appear to be, how long do you think it'd be before they could smash through the iron door?
So to hear, it's not so much that these things are hard to beat. It's just that you're hitting them with ineffective weapons. Like nothing that's spiritual, nothing that's got holy damage to it, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so if I hit them, if I give everyone spiritual weapon, say, then open the casket, we should be able to kill it fairly reasonably.
Much easier, yes, because suddenly it's no. From what you know, holy magic does absolute damage to them. It cuts through everything. It does damage directly to them.
Okay, so it won't like get so much of its damage resistance.
Right.
Right. Okay, cool. In which case, yeah, I'll say, cool. I'll cast some spells. I'm going to do Brawn first, I think. And then, so if we cast it on Brawn and then take the lid off, and then my next, when I'm next able to cast a spell, I'll cast it on Ziggy, and then finally on myself.
No, do yourself second. You two are the heavy hitters.
Okay. Cool. So Brawn, pop it. Brawn starts on it, and then I'll ding it. Okay, cool. In which case, I will cast spiritual weapon on bronze, whatever it is. Brawn has some kind of sword.
The father's sword from Conan.
Cool. That was a fail. So give me a second to remarshal my holy abilities. Okay, that was better. That was a 0-6. So that's a success. So, Bron, you've got 4 turns of this. You get plus 10 holy bonus damage. Sorry, plus 12 holy bonus damage. Plus 10 to your attack skill. And every time you hit them, they have to make a perception check to avoid being blinded.
Okay. I don't have any note paper to keep that, but I'm sure you'll remind me.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I'm going to pop the lid.
Wait, how many successes did you get on your divine knowledge?
4.
Yeah, okay, right, okay.
Sorry, divine knowledge or divine...
On your divine knowledge to cast
divine knowledge,
spiritual weapon.
4.
4?
Yeah,
okay.
4.
Yeah, so you got a plus 12 bonus to that.
As he pops the lid, can I be stood here, like, ready to
Absolutely. I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm just saying the
I will do
condition.
that.
I get to play the bad guys. That's how the GMs have fun. We play the bad guys. I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
So it's up to you. However you guys want to do it.
As I'm pretty much ineffectual, I'm going to just get by the door. In case we decide it's time to leave.
I'm going to hold the door open, guys, in case we have to, like, flee.
That seems legit, to be fair.
And he's like over here, like, okay, I got the door open, guys. So if we have to flee, and I've got my lock picks ready, so I can lock it in case we need to flee. Brilliant, brilliant.
It's always good to have a plan B.
Right, and that's your plan B: escape.
Yes, run like hell.
No, it's
Cheese
not
it.
run. It's make a tactical withdrawal.
Oh, just call it what it is. It's escape. It's fleeing. It's running away, and that is okay. I don't understand. Well, I'm sure you guys understand, but a lot of new players don't understand this thing. Run. It's okay. You can come back.
It's because a lot of players come into games and they have a mindset of computer games, I think.
Right? No.
Where if you die, you just load up from the last save point and carry on. I can see your mummy.
So yeah, I'm popping the lid on this thing. Go strength check again.
Yeah, strength check.
65 is two successes.
Yeah, you pick it up, and you actually got a bonus because it's literally trying to get out. So as you get off of it, it kind of already is starting to put. As you get off of it, it's already starting to push it up. And are you going to go left or right from it? Are you going to do what Braun is saying? Like as soon as it comes up, I'm going to try to stab it as soon as you lift it. So you're going to go to the opposite side of where Braun is, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So yeah, you pull it up. And since Braun, you've been holding your action, I'm going to go ahead and let you strike first. You bring your holy sword down on it. It's going to get a physical defense, but it's going to be considered prone, so it's a minus 35 to that defense.
That me.
Yep.
Cool. You know the heroic action thing.
Yeah, you want to use that?
Can that be used as a reroll?
Absolutely.
Yes. My luck's run out. That was 100.
Oof. Yeah, that's a really super critical fail.
Yeah. I'll change that to 9. So heroic luck is a reroll essentially. That's a bit better. 19.
19.
So my skill is 58 minus 35.
No, it's got minus 35 on its physical defense.
Yeah, it's 35 defense on mine because you're trying to come. You're coming. You've got the advantage, right? It's prone in this sarcophagus, right? So as it's pushing up and to here throws the casket lid open. You're standing above it, waiting for it to for him to do that. As you do, you bring the sword down. Because it's laying flat on its back, it's prone, so it gets a minus 35 to its defense skill, which, by the way, it completely fails anyway.
Nice.
And you've got a plus 10 to your attack skill at the moment as well.
Nice. So my attack skill is currently 68.
Yeah.
I'm still quite unsure about how to work how many advantages I've actually, how many successes I've got out of that.
Okay, every 10 underneath you. Every 10 you get underneath.
Right. So
that's right, isn't it?
Yes. So whatever your skill score is. So what's your skill score?
Well, with the plus 10 from to here, it's 68.
So and you rolled a what? A 19?
18.
Right. So the best way to look at it is 6 minus 1 is 5. So that's 5 successes. The ones digit, which is your 19 versus your 68, the 9 is higher, right? If you want to look at it that way, it's larger than the 8, so you don't get an additional success. Had it been a 7 or an 8, you would have gotten an additional success. Does that make more sense?
A little bit, yeah. And then I add 8 for my strength, right?
Correct.
Right, so that's 14. No,
It's times your base damage.
It's times your base damage. So you've got 6 times your base damage, which is 5, so 30, plus the additional 12, so 42 points of holy damage to this thing. And it shrieks in pain this time. The other times it was just "Ugh," but this, it shrieks in pain, and you can see the wound that you've actually hit actually is the where the aged and rotted skin is kind of like now falling apart from itself. So that's 42 points of damage.
Dream, you son of a bitch.
Want to do it again?
I think it's more than 42 points of damage, sorry.
Because he had an extra damage from the holy.
Yeah, because the damage was... The holy was plus 12.
Right, so he did. So did I do too much damage?
No, not enough, I think.
So he got 30 from his attack, plus 12 from the holy from the bonus that you did. So that takes it to 42.
Strength, and you add stamina as well, don't you, Brom?
Yeah, I didn't add that in.
I do under a battle cry, but that will have run out by now, I believe. I think it's when it's supposed to.
No, but you also get you get a bonus from just your strength, which is 8, right?
Yeah. So 50.
Yeah, so 50 total.
Cool. Sweet.
Hey, since it's now we're going back into it. Ziggy, you're still at the door. Braun, that was your held action. We're back into combat. To here, you get to go.
Yeah, I'm going to cast spiritual weapon on myself.
I'm just gonna have to go use the little boys' room.
All right, go ahead.
Cool. So I rolled a 28, which is 3 successes.
On your casting of
Divine knowledge.
spiritual
Spiritual
right?
weapon.
Yeah. So just do your own math.
Yeah. So 3 successes, so I've got that for 3 rounds.
Right. So that's your full. Do you want to do anything else? Do you want to move back, or do you want to hold your position?
I'm going to hold my position next to Bron and just wait.
All right. It doesn't. It sits up, screaming in pain, and it brings its 2 heavy claws right at you, Tyr, since you're right there. It strikes at you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here, and it is at more than a little. Half would be 40. Half of that, it misses its first attack. It's going to attempt a second attack off of you and misses both attacks as it's sitting up trying to claw you with this. It then shrieks out. And causes everybody within a 20-foot radius, and that would include you, Ziggy. You must make a willpower check at a TS of 2.
Is this a fear effect?
No, it is a negative energy type, but it's not a fear.
Okay, cool. I remembered I had something that helped me against fear, but I can't remember what it was.
Well, I think fear actually is built into your actual score.
Cool. So willpower check, yeah?
Yeah, willpower check, TS2, both of you, please. Braun, as it sits up, it made 2 attacks to here and missed, and then it screams out it screams out and causes you to make a willpower check TS of 2. So look at your score for your willpower, and whatever it is, you want to get at least 2 below that. So if your willpower is 75, you need to roll 55 or less.
Willpower 75, 55 or less. 23.
Yeah. I passed with flying colours as well. I rolled a 09. I'm good.
Am I okay by the door?
No, you still need to. No, you need to make your did you make your willpower check, Ziggy? Because it's a 20-foot radius.
99.
Yeah. So, do you want to re-roll that, or do you want to suck it up?
I'm going to spend a heroic luck to re-roll that.
Okay.
05.
If you roll, so that's a heroic luck.
Right. And I made the roll.
Oh,
Take. My dice are being a pain tonight.
Change dice.
I have done.
Change them again. You have enough.
I've got barely any in this room.
I never changed dice because I'm like fully invested into the sunk cost fallacy at that point. It's
Right,
like,
exactly. If I stick with them, it'll eventually come out of its downward spiral.
Exactly. And the moment I change is the moment that I decide to get better.
You guys all fight back feelings of depression, suicide, and grief and loss, as this thing screeches out in holy pain. It then begins to step out of the sarcophagus again. It's out of it. This map is messed up, and I apologize. I'll reset it. It steps out, and you guys are like here and here, and it steps out of the sarcophagus. And that's the end of its turn. Ziggy, you're still holding the door open?
Yep.
All right. It is Braun's turn.
Okay, I am going to swing wildly and say, "Stop whining!" 18 on the dice.
It's going to be the exact same damage again, isn't it?
4.
Yeah, it's going to be 50, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got 4 successes, so it gets a physical defense. It actually as you go to slash at it with the brilliance of this weapon. Actually, hold on, I made a mistake. I've got to make a
Check
See if
against
it's
going blind.
blinded. I got to check to see if it's blinded. So it's a perception check TS4. I made a mistake. My fault. What did I say? Stamina check? Yeah, stamina check. Yeah. A TS4. Yeah, it
Perception check.
Perception check. Well, perception check. Yeah, it fails that. While it doesn't have any eyes, the area of its head is now sparkling, and it seems to like not have a sense of where you're at. So it doesn't. It gets a physical defense if it can make a perception check at no, and it doesn't. So it's trying to dodge you, but it doesn't know where you're at, and so you still get your 4 successes worth of damage, which is 50, right?
I want to say yes.
Yes, I believe that is. This thing explodes into a brilliant, sparkling dust poof, in front of you.
And the one-liner is?
I gotta think of one.
The other sarcophagus is still being bumped, but it doesn't seem like it's getting out. What do you want to do?
We should take out the other one as well.
Indeed.
Okay.
I'll guard the door.
I'm going to throw off the next sarcophagus lid. Same setup as before.
Only because I want you guys to be as effective as possible. You could take this moment now, because we're still in combat, and cast Spiritual Weapon on Ziggy's pistols. And that will essentially do the same
I've
thing.
only got one gun, and it blew up.
I thought you had 2 guns.
No, I've got 2 knives and a sword and
Oh,
one
you
gun.
can do it to his sword or his knives. But Braun seems to be able to handle it. So I just want you guys to know how effective you guys can be in this particular situation. So I don't want you to be like, well, okay, I can't do anything, and I hate someone sitting out. So it's up to you.
No, I'm not. There's a time and a place for everybody to shine.
And this is Braun's time.
This is bronze time. Cool. I'm going to throw off the sarcophagus lid. No, I'm not. Possibly not. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to spend a heroic luck on that. That was better. I rolled a 0-4. So I got that luck back. It paid for itself. So, yep, that should be sufficient for the lid, I think.
All right, so you throw the lid off to the side, or back, more or less back here.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so it's not in anybody's way. Braun, did you want to stay where you're at, or did you want to move over here?
I will move over, just ready to hit it when he opens the sarcophagus.
All right, as you flip open the sarcophagus, it immediately shrieks. Everybody make a willpower check. TS2.
15 on the dice.
27 with a willpower of 70.
Yeah,
Yep.
no problem for you.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay.
15 on the dice. I assume that's okay.
Yeah, that sounds okay. So what's your willpower attribute there, Will?
75. with
So you rolled a
bonus of-
15. So you rolled a 15, right?
I did.
Okay, so that's 6 successes. I'm just trying to help you get through try to understand how that works.
I'm sure I'll get it eventually. I'm always pretty slow with systems, getting the mechanics right. Usually.
No worries. You seemed like you were really tired when you got here, so. All right, so you guys again fight off the feelings of depression, suicide, grief, and what am I thinking? And loss. So you open it. The sarcophagus lid falls to the ground with a deadening thud. And go ahead, Bron, since you were holding, you get to go ahead and make that action.
Good morning, sleepyhead. 41 on the dice.
And you have a 58. 58.
68.
58. So
one success?
that's 2 successes.
68 because it's plus 10 because
Yeah,
of the
so
social-
3 successes. So 3 successes. And it's. I'm going to give it a minus 35 because it's laying down. It fails. So you've got 3 successes, right?
Yep, plus my strength of up, so that will be 11, I believe.
So no, it's 3 times 5 is 15 plus your strength modifier, which is 8. So
12.
well, no, it's so he's got a lot of bonuses, right? So
Yeah.
he's got 3 times 5 is 15. Then he's got his strength bonus, which is 8. That takes it to 22, plus an additional 12.
12.
So it takes it to 24 points of damage.
It's cool, thanks. I've got some.
Oh,
Sorry. $35 points of damage, yeah.
Just 42, right? Yeah, 42.
I've written down 35 because he's got 12 from the holy,
Right.
8 from his strength, which is 20,
20.
plus 3 times 5
Oh,
is
yeah, so 35.
35.
So an additional 14. Thank you. Plot.
Are you a mathematician?
No,
No, he's
just
writing it down. I'm doing it in my head.
yeah, exactly. And the amount of time I've spent like forgetting the bonuses that I add onto things in various different games over the years, I've become like shit hot on like remembering every single little bonus.
the amount of games I've played, you'd think I'd be good at maths now, but I'm really not.
Nah, I'm like my mental arithmetic sucks, to be honest.
But you're good at roleplay, so I think that outweighs the maths.
Exactly.
Thank you. Can I use my second attack?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
So this is going to be at a minus 10, which negates the plus 10 from the spiritual weapon.
So I rolled 50 on my dice, so I'm guessing is that 1 success since I have a skill of 58.
And
now.
you rolled a 48.
But it would not be 58 because I had a plus 10 from the
Right. So
weapon.
so the best way to think about it is you start off with a skill of 68. Because you're making a second attack, it subtracts 10 from that total skill, so you're back to your base of 58. And then you roll underneath that. Would you roll?
50.
50, so you've got 1 success.
Right, yeah, also. So yeah, 1 success.
Yeah, as it starts to kind of sit up, it kind of dodges to the left as you scrape its skin, but it dodges you completely.
Right, okay.
All right, Ziggy, that's Braun. Ziggy, you're still holding the door?
Still loading the door and having a listen out down the corridor just in case all the noise of combat's going to attract the wrong sort of attention.
Apparently, yeah.
Make a perception check. A perception check at a TS of 4. Ziggy. Ron, it's your turn again.
Should it
4.
be, is it not?
You hear some very faint and distant chanting of some sort, Ziggy, echoing in the halls.
And that gives me another heroic look, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Ron, go ahead and make your attack.
Is it not Tahir's go?
Say again.
Is it not Tahir's go?
No, it's your turn because you were. So the way it happened is at the beginning of this, before we got into the initiative roll, Tahir says, "I'm going to throw up the casket," and you're like, "Okay, I'm going to ready my action." So you guys got pre-initiative action. So, and then when we start the initiative, Ziggy goes first, then you, then Tahir.
Yep. Okay. I'll hit it again then. 60 on the dice. So with my plus 10 from Tahir's blessed weapon, that would be 1 success,
Perfect.
I believe. The way I only roll straight for damage, don't I?
No, you don't roll for damage. It actually dodges you again. Do you want to try it again?
I will. Second attack. That's 62. I'm going to spend a heroic luck just to hit it again. 7. That's a bit better. So after spending a heroic luck to reroll, I roll a 7.
No! God, please, no! No!
I just muted myself.
No!
No, you did. I'm listening to you.
No.
So you got 7, yeah?
Yeah.
It tries to, and it fails its dodge against you, so you got 7 successes in damage to it.
Right. Plus my 8 of strength as well.
So 7 times 5 is 35, plus your 20, right? To here?
Yes, plus 20.
So you're
Yeah,
55 points of damage. All right, so how do you want to do this?
I will put my sword straight in his mouth. Straight through the back of his head. And twist.
Huh?
I will put my sword straight in his mouth.
And that's it?
Twist.
And twist. So you, the brilliance of the sword kind of gets dulled a little bit as the monster begins to, the mummy begins to do another shriek of anger, and Braun takes his sword and just right through its mouth, outside the backside of its head, causing the creature to suddenly writhe in energy, and doosh, it explodes into this fine gray dust.
Of course, screaming, "Stop whining!
Stop whining!"
Stop whining! I'm not deaf. You son
Awesome.
of a bitch.
Brilliant. So let's hear, what time is it? All right, so we got 12 more minutes. Do you guys want to end here, or do you want to see what
I will call into the room. Hey, I can hear chanting down there.
I think we need to go see what this chanting is at least. Maybe not get into the actual combat, but we can leave it on a big open door thrown open cliffhanger. Yeah.
Just let me clear the beef jerky off my sword.
Right? Shake it really hard.
You're not keeping some for later?
I do not, as a priest and a healer and a practitioner of the divine arts, I do not recommend eating mummy jerky.
Go ahead. I hear it's really good for you. It lasts forever.
Yeah.
It is the corporate rival to Soylent Green, you know.
I hear it's quite chewy.
All right, you guys make your way down this hallway, and there's this doorway here in front of you. But the chanting seems to, as you guys have gotten further down this hallway, as you make it to this thing, to this section, it's really kind of louder to the east.
So, right.
There's also this room in front of you.
Can I make a tracking roll? See if there's see what movement's been about.
Sure, absolutely. Now remember, you're in a stone environment with no actual dust everywhere. It's kind of, the dust has kind of run out.
I have a 20 on the dice, And
That's what, 3 successes?
Tracking skill of
No,
94.
7 successes. The stone pavement is well worn through here, especially in this area. It's not worn up from where you guys came from. It's worn along the path. If you can watch on the stream, here, 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 and here. Really worn right in front of you, and then it kind of wears a path coming this direction. Really well worn.
How clean is it?
It's fairly clean because the dust that has settled in the crevices between the wall and the floor.
Let's go check out this chanting.
I think this corridor is well used. There's been a lot of footwork.
Well, you reckon somebody lived down here, eh?
Quite
Or some
possibly.
kind of evil cult defiling the church above.
It's their turn to be defiled.
Oh, let's sneak up to the door and have a see what ominous threat's going to come at us.
Okay, cool.
Are you gonna stop at the door, or are you just gonna fling it open?
I'll fling it open.
Fling it open. You fling the door
Subtleties
open.
for other
The
players.
chanting,
open the door and meet the room.
the chanting that you've actually been hearing actually grows very, very loud and echoes very well in this chamber. On the far end over here, you see right above here a flaming skull floating in midair, and it looks like that's where the sound is coming from. The room on each of these pillars are open caskets with creatures in them. And we'll stop there.
Wrong house.
Wow.
Sorry, wrong house. Close the door, quick.
Love
All
it.
right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, so 2-hour session, not too bad. They had to learn how to deal with undead in Legends of Kralis because it's not very easy. Undead in Legends of Kralis have a natural resistance to anything that's non-magical or non-divine. So they will always, the undead in the world of Kralis are just, they're difficult to deal with. But once you've got them, they can actually take care of it. So we're going to leave the 3 guys as they get ready to take on this flaming skull and maybe some more mummies, maybe some zombies, maybe some liches. We shall see. So I hope you guys will join us again in 2 weeks here, Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got to remember all these time zones. Thank you for joining us, and stay legendary.